Hey everybody, I was getting ahead of myself starting to talk about War of the Spark before even bringing my YouTube friends in. Krauser was asking, said people really don't like War, huh? And I was saying, well, some people love it. It's a pretty polarizing format. And I was saying, I believe it's polarizing because of its uniqueness. The heavy Planeswalker component changes how you need to think about your plan during games. It changes how you think about your plan during your draft. And it changes the swinginess of the format. I've said this before, but to touch quick, and this is not as much true of the uncommon Planeswalkers as it is definitely of the rare Planeswalkers, where Planeswalkers in Limited have this thing where there's so many creatures going around that sometimes you've fallen behind and you can't really play a Planeswalker to any great effect. Maybe you get their minus once and then it gets attacked and dead. And so, okay, it's a removal spell, but it's not this board dominating thing that takes over. But then sometimes it is. Sometimes you're a little bit on the front foot. You can protect it well. You drop a Planeswalker and boom, you can't lose. And it's the same card, same mana, slightly different board situation. Can be the difference between you just taking over the game with the thing or not really being able to do much with it. And that creates, to me, swingy snowball type environments. If your Planeswalker is protected and can generate value, you generate value every turn and then it snowballs, right? If your opponent doesn't get on board on 2 and you're not even Planeswalkering it, but you do some proliferating, you get some counters down, you get your creature. It's a very snowball-y format, which is funny because the current set is in Snow World, but this is the set where you can certainly make some snowballs, if you know what I mean. And I don't hate it. It's not my favorite. I only want it, but I want it sparingly. I enjoy it sparingly. It's a condiment. It's a side dish. It's a taste this unique flavor every once in a while, but it is not a meat and potatoes type format for me. But some people just absolutely love it and would play it all day long and wish that this style of Planeswalker heavy gameplay were more part of it. Foil King, you don't blah me in the middle of a opening. This is it. This is happening. You blah to get me going. We are going. We're going right here. Just like you're going to be going to Card Kingdom when I tell you about the fact that tomorrow they're starting pre-orders for the next set. What is it called? The Strixhaven. Strixhaven. You can tell I'm very excited about Strixhaven because of how I totally knew the name of the product immediately with no help whatsoever from my other monitor. I'm sure you know plenty about Strixhaven because y'all pay attention way more than me, and the pre-orders are tomorrow. So this is it. This is the time. This is the time to check out. I don't know how spoiled it is. Maybe pre-orders begin only on the stuff that Wizards is making available. But really, there's kind of it's an interesting market game right now in terms of predicting which cards you hear about from the new set that you think are going to be this or much expensive. Generally stuff starts expensive and gets cheaper, because, people are hedging towards higher prices, not sure where things are going to land. And also everybody's super excited and the supply is low. So all these factors promote early higher prices in general on cards, but some of them are going to go up. Some of them people are going to miss on, and these $10 pre-order rare is going to be the $25 rare in 3 months or whatever. And it's buyer beware, dabbler beware, but it is a time to at least consider that and think about, are you looking ahead and seeing something like the Arclight Phoenix, right? Is that the name of it? There's been some mythics and rares in the past that were really slept on for the first couple of weeks of a set being out that if you're on top of, you could pre-order through Card Kingdom and cackle as you see the price rise. And, it's just fun to get your stuff and get going with it early. So if you're a tabletop Magic player, remember to check out Card Kingdom via my affiliate links in the panels down below on Twitch, in the YouTube video notes, and in chat here, and it helps keep me on the air. Thank you so much for your support, Card Kingdom, and thanks to everybody who uses those affiliate links to support me when they do retail with CK. Thanks. All right. Jumping in here. I am going to give you a Star Trek blah in honor of Shatner anyway, though. Let's see. I think it's this one.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
No, blah, blah, blah.
So really, it was a free blah for Foil King in the end. You just had to wait. And I'll get out of this view into the draft view, and we're good to go. This is War Premiere. Hey, speaking of utterly busted planeswalkers that make this format incredibly swingy, how about, like, maybe the best one among them? Nissa is a windmill slam. Domri's Ambush is a great removal spell. Electromancer can be in the right deck. This can be the Flame Tongue Kavu you're looking for. A little sad to pass such powerful removal here in our color, but in this color. But I'm going to not only take Nissa, I'm going to push hard to be in green. Like, she is really worth marrying. Nissa, I know we've only known each other for about 45 seconds, but I feel a real connection to you. I feel that this is special. Nissa, will you be my planeswalker?
I will aid you.
New Horizons could help ramp to Nissa, but maybe we don't want to prioritize that early. I'm just observing that New Horizons ramping to an incredible 5-drop planeswalker is interesting. There's Yang Yu, but I don't like the Wildcrafter. I would take Rager before Wildcrafter. Helix Trusted Pegasus is solid, but I don't know if I want to be there. Tron likes the Yang, but you think it's a solid card, True? I've had trouble making it work. I guess it's okay if you can really power out those twos, and Reaper's okay as well. I would take Rager over Reaper. I would try the Yang, but I'm gonna take Rager. I've been happy with Rager. Sage is interesting, a build-around-ish card. There's also the Skydiver in green. I want to take one of these green cards here over Epiphany. I want to solidify green, but Sage works with Planeswalkers. You know, play a land, get a loyalty counter. That's pretty good. If Skydiver wheels, that's pretty cool, but really I'm just going to take the Sage. Math likes the Diver now. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Exactly. It pumps the +1/+1 counters on the land creatures. So yeah, this is quite a pair. And I like pursuing that. Globe could keep us open. Legionnaire is a reasonable card, but it has nothing much to do with Nissa. And again, I've already gone on bended knee. I'm not letting Nissa go. Not a green card, but we have a Guild Globe and a Mana Geode. I think Guild Globe is a better place to start. You like the Giant? Yeah, Tidebearer is quite good. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Giant, Rob. This is a excellent 6-drop. And yeah, not bad either with the Nissa. Globe is the most open. I think I'm going to take the Globe for openness, but I'm taking a note of these black cards for sure. All right, we've got us New Horizons, which I talked about before, adds counters for more Evolution Sage proliferation. Snare Spinner is a 2-drop that helps us, again, get, this set you want to get on board. Rager does that. We don't have any other cards. So Snare Spinner does do that. What's more valuable? Because I do want a New Horizon or two in the deck, but maybe Snare Spinners we would play more of in the end, given the fundamental nature of protecting Nissa and getting on board for counter effects on 2. Yeah, it's one of these two, but I'm going to take the Snare Spinner narrowly. I don't know how people are thinking about New Horizons in this format, whether it's going early or late, that kind of thing. We can take Thunder Drake as best card here. If we do wheel that Merfolk, that would be incredible. If blue-green's open, I'm in for that. I think it's just like Divine Arrow is also pretty good. mana geode, more fixing, but I don't. Yeah, it's not really what we want. It's really the arrow or the drake, and the drake. Given that we passed some blue, green, gold that's conceivable to wheel, I'm going to take the drake. I think it might be even the card to take without that consideration, but with it, I think it's clear. 2 more blue cards, neither particularly exciting, but maybe Visionary, maybe even Martyr. Yeah, I do mind a Grizz. It's so... I mean, I say, like, about a third of your deck is creatures, so this ability basically says every 12 mana, draw a card. That's not really an ability. It's kind of like a 2/3. But it's a dead pack. It's a really weak pack. It was either that now Trusted Peggy here. I feel like this set and the way people are drafting around me continues to push me towards green white. I mean, I'll take it. But yeah, plant flag and green is the reason to take Grizzly there. Like, at the very least, we've planted that flag. And then we get this late tithe. Like, I was already considering the Tithe Bearer earlier. And Manticore, also interesting. We have a Rager. Manticore is a fine 6 as well. Both of these are effectively 2-for-1s. This gives you a 2/2. This one gives you an extra card. I like the Tithe Bearer Giant better, but this is on color, so I'm going to take the one I like better since Tybalt's Rager is not enough of a reason to try and cling to that. And then we get another Peggy. Like, pick 10 Pegasus? Fine! Like, I'm not trying to, like... Okay, well, I married Nissa right out of the gate. I acknowledge that, but... we don't really want to main any of these, and it's best of one. Reaper is fine, too, but I think Peggy is great. I took the Blind Blast because I just don't think we're maining either of those green cards. Not playing any of this stuff, I suppose. Yeah, maybe Topple could. Yeah, none of this matters. Here, this does matter, though, and continues to suggest that we are white-green. It's really harsh on an opponent that was playing a bunch of weird, high-toughness cards that didn't make any sense. And afterwards, they came to the chat and told us they had 3 Huatlis. I'm like, okay. 3 Huatlis is a reason to play those cards. Yeah, Challenger Troll's good enough here. I think we're green-white again, but Tithe Bearer is interesting, and Death Sprout, if we're green-black, is totally playable. But we know for sure, we're, like, if you told me guaranteed we're green-black, then of course I take the Death Sprout. But given that we don't know, and that the table is really screaming that white is pretty open, I'm going to take the Challenger Troll. Another Challenger Troll. We could make this a thing. Focus on 4 power and get into 4 power. You like a Vraska. I think Vraska is fine, but not busted good. Like that, I mean, my instinct was to take the Challenger Troll. I find 4 mana to effectively make 2 1/1 Death Touch. Yeah, I wanted it for 1 mana. True. Can I have it for 1 mana? Come on. I know you're teasing, but that's why I like the 1/1 for 1. Yeah, we do have some proliferate going. That part is fair. Like, we do have an Evolution Sage. I'm going with my gut, though. I like the double troll. It's a thing. It's a build around, effectively. Crunchy Crunch can get in this deck. Wanderer's Strike, though, is interesting. Although, I want some interaction. Yeah, Vizier... I really think that we're going to end up being white. I think the table is screaming white, but the Wrangler is too good here for me. With the double troll and with the Sage and a desire to make this work. And then we get a Johnny the Great-Hearted. Are we green-white, everybody? Raise your hand if you want to be green-white. Anybody? Pick 4. Do I have Millhouse hooked up in this view? I should. I need to hook up Millhouse to this view just for picks like this, but I don't have it hooked up in this view. I'm just going to take it, insert Millhouse meme here.
Be steadfast in all your ways.
All right, and now here we have another shot at the Wildcrafter, but we have a Law Rune Enforcer to start the curve right quick. And another Peggy, maybe that'll wheel. Like, I'll take any of this stuff on the wheel if the table wants to send any of this white-green back to us. But I'll take the cheapest one and the one that has some really I like a Law Rune Enforcer. You want to? I know maybe I'm underrating the Wildcrafter, especially in this deck, but I love an Enforcer a lot. Like, and to make sure I have the one at least. Martyr that I hope to wheel, or a Battalion I hope to wheel. We're going to take Wolf or Ceratok here. Probably Ceratok on the 4 power matters. And this is just a 4 power out of the gate. So yeah, I'm going to take this Ceratok. Although we have a lot of 5s. You could argue just for the Wolf, I guess. It only needs a counter and then it's doing that thing anyway. But I think we can do 4 5s. We just... You know, are pushing the bounds of needing anything here, and then we get a Pledge of Unity. I want another Crunch, of course, but we're not passing this Signpost uncommon. Guild Globe could help with a possible splash, but we could also just take the 2/2 for 3 Death Touch. That's fine. Yeah, I guess I'll take this. Right now, we're not looking at a splash. Like, right now, I wouldn't even play this Guild Globe. Gotta take another one of these, or we can... How are we doing on Whatley? 5. That makes it worse. Oh, better. Same. Worse. Same. Better. Worse. I guess at pack 2 we can at least spec on it. I don't think we're going to play Whatley, but I don't think we particularly need another Stinger at this point either. I mean, these are going to be kind of free. Like, I kind of want first Courage over second Stinger, given the proliferation potentially. But this is also pretty underwhelming. Courage can be a 0 for 1 yourself if you're not careful. Silverwing could play. Plaza with Guild Globe helps with a possible splash, though Battlefield Promotion is a really nice pickup here. It's totally a playable trick, especially in this deck especially, and Battalion's also quite playable. Nice. Okay, it's coming together. Like, I don't think we're playing Grizzly in this deck. It's getting too good. Probably not even playing Stinger or Whatley. And then we get a Raptor to open on. Pollen Bright or Peggy on the wheel. No, too risky. I'm going to take Raptor. It might wheel, but too good for the deck. I'm going to take it. If you can get Pledge of Unity into Raptor on 5, that's going to be something. Pouncing Lynx feels like what the deck needs more so than single combat. Pouncing Lynx with counters is great. Martyr probably wheels. We got one of these very late in pack 1. My eyes went to the Guard Mage, and I considered a splash for a moment, but then we have a Wrangler, so we're just going to take the Wrangler and keep low. Oh yeah, Gideon's Triumph is worth considering, I suppose, but I think a 2-drop creature is even more important. How's our interaction? I guess we're low on interaction, though. And we do have... I'm going to hold on Triumph here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have 5, 6 early plays. I'm going to take it because we lack interaction, but I really do want a couple more 2s. So hopefully that wheels, and or we get some other things to consider here. New Horizons could add to the pile. We could take a second Enforcer. A Divine Arrow is more interaction. Ambush is great interaction if we want to splash. But probably want first Arrow over second Enforcer over or first New Horizons. New Horizons, I probably find a way to play one, but we don't really need it if we just curve out. I'm a little, the lack of 4 is somewhat concerning there. But let's take an Arrow here. Yeah, so I'll take a little bit more interaction, but now I'm starting to wish I had one of those crunches. This is, again, I don't know how playable 2 are. I like the first. Probably play a second, given what we're trying to do in this deck. Yeah, Courage can certainly go away. I like the promotions better than that. You're right about that. Spark Harvest could be an argument for the Black Splash. There's nothing else playable here for us, so I'll take that and throw it in the sideboard for now. Take a look. Same with the Plaza. Martyr is the type, as I said, I was looking for a 2. There's a 2. We got a lot of 5s. I want another 2. We'll take a Martyr. Dovin. Would we ever play a Dovin in this type of deck? I don't know if it's doing anything for us. Like, what it does is make their best blocker only be a bounce off.
There's no accounting for luck.
Which could be enough, right? Another Ceratok or another Peggy. We have 2 Peggies, but a third is... I think with 2 Challenger Trolls and a Ceratok already, we don't need another 5. I'm going to take a third Peggy because it's good. It's good enough. We start lifting Challenger Trolls, we're going to win games. And I'll take another 2-drop over a 3. I think all these 2s will help us 2-spell on 4. And we still get a Griffin we can consider. Well, we sure have some powerful cards here, and I am, yet again, white-green in this format. Not trying, you saw. I was just minding my own business when white-green mugged me. And this is Premier War, the Spark Draft. Enter in my data, of course. Looks like I could just copy a line wholesale from last week's draft. We do have the 40 gems on the grind here I wanted to note. Yeah, actually, given that we are 100%ed on this format, maybe I should be modeling behavior and actually doing War of the Spark Draft on one of my side accounts. But it's not that big a deal. But it is optimal if you're doing that kind of thing. Okie doke. 3 cuts if we're a 17 lander, which with Nissa, I kind of like being 17. We don't have much of a top end, and we are best of 1, so you could lean on the hand smoother, but I think we want to both make sure that we have 5 mana and be sure that we have spare lands to Nissa up. So then let's look at our split. 18 creatures, 8 non-creatures currently. Of course, Nissa makes some creatures, and maybe we can cut one of these promotions. Yeah, or Dovin. I don't know if we're a Dovin deck or not. Pocket Nebula, that's War of the Spark for you. my one sentence on War of the Spark is the format where commons are uncommons, uncommons are rares, rares are mythics, and the mythics never should have been printed. I'll cut Dovin, but I'm going to keep it in mind over because I was close to cutting a promotion instead. But I like Dovin. I like promotion attacking in and just taking out the thing. And so I like all of these spells. I'm not going to cut any more of these. We got to cut creatures now. And we could cut a martyr. I think, yeah, a martyr could go down. So this is where I get lazy and want to cut a land, but I shouldn't. We should find one more land, one more creature to cut, or even cut the promotion. Just cut one of these promotions. You want to cut a Ceratok? Kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops is maybe a lot. Yeah, Griffin was not super necessary because of the Peggy, and we're trying to be proactive. That's fair. All right, maybe I'll cut the Griffin for now and put the trick back in. And I am going to leave it here. I need to take a bio break before we begin. You're going to come up with a brilliant name and or make your cases for any final cuts here. Give me a minute. I'll be back shortly. Hello. All right, looks like we had I Like Love and Marriage. Nice and clever and deceptive at the same time. Although, I mean, I pretty much announced at pick 1 that we're going to be playing Nissa. What do you know? We're playing Nissa. Listen to the table. They told us to go white. End of pack 1. A lot of late Trusty Pegasus, late Martyr that we didn't even take at the time. And I've even cut a Martyr since, so it's like no big deal. But it was certainly an indication that plenty of white was available. And we got hit with the deck, so to speak. It's a poker term when it comes up Millhouse, basically. Let's get into this.
Hey, Stella!
Can't you hear me yell?
Your free meme of the day. And it's in here. All right, get that name in. Checking for bling redemptions. The Johnny Sleeves. And I'll pick some lands if nobody else wants to. I think 9 plains, 8 forest is correct. Got a lot of early white, but we got both that we want to hit and a double green Nissa. How about jump starts? Doggy plains and Dino Forest. How do you like our chances? Oh, poor Siriana has some classic Frank Sinatra stuck. I think you'll survive. Blast it and sing along. That's my advice. Looking good. Rune into Martyr into Sage. No tokens there, but still. Nice solid curve out. Looking to Challenger on 5 if we can find the mana. But just hitting, you know, just curving out with reasonable creatures is pretty good. Couple of 5, so we need something to do on 4, or we're just going to be like tapping with the Law Rune Enforcer. Let's see, flash in black or green in this set? I don't think so, so we're sending in. And honestly, tapping something and getting in for 5 wouldn't be the worst turn 4, but we're kind of awkward here. We both can't do anything on 5 and can't do anything on 4 currently. All right, well, at least we get 5 set up. Nice curve out until the whole nothing on 4. That's pretty bad. If, you know, turn one of these into any 4 drop and we're almost unbeatable. And I'm going to go ahead and offer the Martyr. They might take the trade, given that there's no no proliferate to trigger. But I want there to I like Challenger Troll first, bigger power, and then Ceratok providing it trample next turn is good. Plus a tap on the Law Rune Enforcer makes it so that I don't know what they can block with here. I mean, they can just have that if they want. We're going to go Ceratok, crash in. Yeah, we're flooding pretty badly. Screw beats flood if they can get out of it, right? Like, Oppo could play a land and then unlock 6 spells in hand that actually beat this board. So we're trying to basically get this done before Oppo gets out of their mana situation. But we gotta tap. So they need hard removal for, yeah, I didn't see what, like, they needed hard removal or else we just tap this, tap whatever else they play and get in. Yeah, I like winning. Although, I probably should have said no there. I don't know. It wasn't a very fun game of Magic. But I always just go with whatever my gut says there because whatever. They're just trying to set a baseline. I've tried to explain that whole thing before. It was like, it's a pulse. It's a happiness pulse that you're taking in your system. And it's something you track over time and you can establish a baseline of, oh, it's pretty normal. The like-dislike pulse is normal. And then you're like, whoa, suddenly it's gone up. Everybody loves what's going on. It must be the new set, you know, that kind of thing. Lucian, careful. I don't mind a little South Park reference, but don't push it. We're going to keep this. Looks pretty good. Another curve out. We're going to go with the links first, of course. It's the toughest to block. Peggy can start launching it, and ideally we play Raptor after we got some sort of counter action going on. We don't have that many counters, really. This is less, you know, are we really even proliferating that much? You know, I'm just trying to curve out and get them more than anything. Peggy into 2-spell into Troll, you know, like whatever. Proliferate this. I got a fly-in 6/5. Never mind. I guess I don't. They gotta take the Troll, right? Oh, interesting. I would have not given me the Troll there, given that I don't even have anything to proliferate yet, but we'll send Pegasus. We could use all of our mana and battlefield promotion offensively and then Snare Spinner. But since they've just seen our hand and don't know about the battlefield promotion, they're not really going to be playing around tricks here. And I'd like to try and use it effectively as interaction. So I'm going to save this. If we draw land, we'll play Troll and save the promotion for later. See, that's interesting. Seems like, what are they setting up for? Is there a deal? Oh, it's the Vraskas, right? So I'm not going to take that because battlefield promotion doesn't stop the Vraskas finisher from finishing. Dreadhorde Invasion. Well, we're going to try and beat that in the air. If they can get to a 6-powered army, then we kind of lose. But if we can find a land drop... this is suspicious, too. I think there's a essence scatter in the format, right? So we might get a challenger troll countered, which might be could explain why they would have allowed it to stay in our hand. That they could have a counter up by the time we had mana for it. No pause there though, so it doesn't seem like they have it. Eternal is a sign of a draft that didn't go quite as you planned. This is very, very filler. Like, it's below replacement, but you do what you have to. It's still a 3/2 for 3. It can attack, it can block, but it's low power for the format. So when I see that, I think maybe they got into this color pair late, or maybe they're not as experienced in the format. But this is not a great card to see from them or for them. I'm going to keep getting aggro here. I don't even know where the race stands. Maybe we need to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess I can double promotion and put them on a, well, maybe I can single promotion because Dreadhorde Invasion pings them for 1, right? So I think I'm going to use one of these promotions. Yeah, I can turn it into a 2-turn clock if I use 1 promotion now. So I'm going to. I'm going to throw it on the snare spinner. I don't like to use battlefield promotion as extra offense like that, but when it shortens their clock to by a full turn, it's worth it. And we do have another one behind to respond potentially to some stuff. All right, there you go. They've been setting up for that, so now we're in trouble. I said if they manage to do this, we basically lose. And we're really getting worked over by the Challenger Troll lack of mana here. Let's see. Now this is kind of not winnable, like I said. We just missed on our 5th land. I think we get our 5th land, this thing is over. We're attacking with Challenger Troll in the air, so we just kind of got shorted on land at just the wrong spot. And it's not over. We have outs. If we draw a land, we can at least threaten a bunch of blocks on the zombie army. If we can chump, we may be able to set up a spot where we're battlefield promotioning for enough. But the trouble is it's going to be 7 next turn, then 8, right? So we're just 1 behind on Challenger Troll being big enough to block and first strike it, which was what I was hoping for. Is it worth firing this promotion off? No. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, that's pretty good. In this case, even if they attack with both, we get it. So we kind of just really saved our bacon here. I am going to... I want them actively to attack now. But if they kill the snare spinner and I've attacked with both Pegasi and I have no blockers, then my plan falls apart because I want to be able to battlefield promotion, kill the Eternal if needed. If they send both, we first strike the Eternal, it dies, and then we can triumph when the army is the only attacking creature left. So that means I'm going to send 1. No. I'm going to send 1 to encourage the attack. I think they'd attack anyway, but it's a lot less intimidating to send into a 2/2 and a 2/4. But I'm not sending with both, because if they do have removal for one of these, I want the other to stick around to be the battlefield promotion target. All right, so I will put this here and promote it again. The snare spinner is moving right up in the org. Trying to see if I should double block. But if they blow this out... I guess if they blow this out, I want the Pegasus there to finish the deal, right? So let's double block. Or they put Peggy first, whatever. The point is double block so that if they blow this out, something finishes the job, right? I'm going full control now and make sure I don't miss any windows. All right, gang, look at that. Almost didn't take this card. Chat kind of talked me into it. We did it. Good call. Callous dismissal for the rebuild. There's the finisher we were expecting. And yeah, we'll send in and drop a Peggy. Or send in and drop a Martyr and be happy to chump with it. But I kind of just like Peggy keep cracking. Yeah, we could keep the Spider back, but Dreadhorde is taking him down. If they get another 6/6, okay, it's trouble again. But in the meantime, this is helping us win. So I just like getting the Air Force going here. I mean, we're showing lethal right now. They're top decking to not lose. I mean, Martyr would be lethal too for whatever that's worth, but might as well get the more expensive one then. They have outs. I mean, there's ways to get a 6/6 zombie army, especially if you're building around your Dreadhorde. Or you could just kill one of these and, well, you'd still be dead on the Dreadhorde untap. Yeah, so they found a piece of removal to last until their upkeep, but they're still dead to their own invasion, which I think is what they were working out. Invade this. Nice. Found exactly what we needed. Got lucky there on our top deck, but like I say, when oppos do it to us, well, we put that card in the deck to draw it and help us win Magic games. It worked. Yeah, never found a 5th land, never found a bomb, but steady as she goes, got it done. So, confession time. I took my bio break in my driveway where the porta potty we rented is, because our plumbing issue is to the point where we don't really want to run water through our system at all right now. After the show today, I'm going to drive over to my parents' house and do laundry and take a shower at their place. And we got a porta potty in the driveway. And let me tell you, you think you're a civilized, high-class human being until you lose your plumbing. And then you are like Middle Ages. Although let me tell you, I'm trying to make the best of it. When I'm in the porta potty, I'm imagining that I'm at a big music festival, and I should take headphones in and like play ambient crowd noise or something, and it at least makes me feel like it's like I'm at the gorge. I wonder who's up next. I have let's see. I don't want to get too boring with plumbing stories, but basically, there's a section of plumbing in our from our house to the sewer main that's old school clay. Original piping from the 40s, late 40s when this house, mid late 40s when our house was built, and we just feel that it's collapsed. Basically, there's a whole our washer. It's all collapsed. It's all collapsed and needs to be dug up and fixed. But I've been fighting it for a while in terms of workarounds, but you just can't work around it forever. And we're also looking to do some other big home renovations. And so we're just kind of treating it as a first step towards that anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Mainline clay pipe collapse. It's an old story. Oh, no kidding. And they got to dig a serious trench. So, and that's starting tomorrow. We're going to see. I'm going to experiment with that filter that you informed me about, Hat, because we may be dealing with some loud noises in the area tomorrow and possibly Wednesday, possibly longer. We'll see. All right, we got our bomb, but not much mana. Oppo going first, though. Us with no white at all, though, for these early white plays. Show me a plains, and this is a reluctant keep, but without a plains, we're just setting ourselves up to lose without one on in the next couple of draws. And I'm not that. I think we got to mulligan it. I like to try and keep when I can, but that. And now, seek a playable 5 or take the same risk here with this hand instead. I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to go with the London advantage here and presume that we can craft or hope that we can craft a 5-card hand out of 7 that is serviceable. And we have an aggro enough deck that we can mulligan pretty well in that case. We might be able to mulligan to a curve out. Just so. So we'll keep this. And I think we have to be greedy and pitch a plains and just hope we draw some more land, but then also pitch the Ceratok as not being sure when we're going to be able to get to that. But this is a decent 5-carder right here. Maybe you could like ditch the Snare Spinner for the 3rd land to assure we get Pegasus, but we need some luck here. I'm going to hope that we'll find something, some land somewhere. That's not a bad draw. All things considered. Well, that's what I was saying, Siriana. Like, we do have a deck that's good at mulliganing because we have a lot of solid low drops. So with the London mulligan and the construction of our deck, we should be able to come up with some good mulligan situations. Even mulligan to 5. Now we got a question, Snare Spinner versus Raptor. We don't really have any proliferate on the horizon. So I think we just run Raptor out as the larger power, and then if we find a land next turn for the Peggy, we can start attacking. Wow, Shen, sorry. 0-3, yikes. It's never happened to me that I can remember. So yeah, I'm going to no value Raptor here and get just the biggest overall numbers on board that I can. All right, and we got our 3rd land, needed that. Sending in still. Yeah, I remember passing the Cyclops when I took that first pick Nissa. So, Zombie Army, Hexproof Menace. Zombie tokens you control have Hexproof and Menace, sure, but not Death Touch. That's the main thing. And we'll just leave the Enforcer back to do some tapping, but send in our 2 flyers, drop the Spinner, and hope for Challenger land. I really want to try that. Maybe I'll try and schedule it for this week sometime, Tron, and we could do it together. I've not really done anything with it or looked into it at all, so I could do a nice cold open on it. Epiphany's decent for us in that it doesn't affect the board, and we're trying to close this out before before our card disadvantage wrecks us. Because now they're scry 4, draw 2, and we're down 2 cards as it is. So this is not great for us in terms of a long game perspective. So we really are hoping for tap Overseer, draw a land, and get Troll in, or draw a significant 3-drop creature so that we can continue to Law Rune Enforce while developing our board. Yeah, Scry 4 is going deep, but hopefully if they only have pin 1-for-1 removal, it might already be too late. And of course, I'm just gonna, if they want to attack with either of these, that's fantastic. So please bring it, Oppo. No, they're saying no. All right, Crunchy Crunch is a play here. It's not a land, but it is something to do at least. And then if we do find a land, Crunch gets bigger. And we've got nice clean attacks. We can even just send everything and play Crunch. What's the value in... The value is then having this tapped for the possible Troll turn after that. So that's the difference. It's 1 point of damage. But I think it's worth keeping this back to tap the Overseer in anticipation of the Troll attack that comes if we top deck a land for the next turn. So I'm going to send all but the Enforcer. Troll won't have haste, no, but it'll give the Wrangler a counter. And this will be out of the way. So I think that's worth it. It gets 3 through next turn instead of 1 through this turn, effectively. If we draw the land. If not, then this has a good block on the Wrangler and it's a little less excellent. Hey, this is why I love an Enforcer in this set. Enforcers can beat Mythics. No, we might just have him here. I think that's game. Ish. I mean, they have to chump with their 1/1. Okay. Please attack. Now we probably don't have the... Okay, you want attack. Why? Oh, no, please. Yes! What? Thanks. GG? Paid actors. This is where you all go on about the paid actors, right? I don't know what they were thinking there. Maybe they were. Maybe they were fully dead and they were just style pointing. But I thought they had a chump to stay alive. But maybe it was just like, yeah, I chumped to stay alive and then I'm dead after that, which would be fair. But that was a real card. Anyway. Good start here though. Take it. Take it. Well, we saw Nissa once and then waved goodbye because we had to mulligan. But it's fine. Let's start 3-0 without our bombs and then go 4-0 with them. Thank you, Zori. Yeah, so you saw what I was saying, though. Like, tempting to be like, well, we can't go to 5, but especially with that kind of deck, with a lot of low drops and the potential of an aggro curve out, You can absolutely go to 5. Nice. We don't have the play, but we got the hand. Snare Spinner, pretty good. Links, oh, but Evolution Sage after a Pledge of Unity and a Martyr after Pledge of Unity should be nice. Gonna go with the Links now, try to get it some counters eventually. Links, Peggy. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We don't know what, I don't know what turn 4 looks like until we get some additional action. Interesting. So they're going all in on that style. Well, let's see what the draws bring and we'll figure this out. All right, we're playing a land and we can go Sage or Peggy. Sage attacks for more if we're going to get into a race here. And we could get into a spot where we go Sage, Pledge, Plains if we really needed to do that right away. I'm going to go with Sage. Just because of the greater power. If we are in a race situation and this can attack, great. And we do have the Pledge plus land play. I'm hoping to get more value out of it. But we do have that, right? Yeah, so they're going for a racy race. And we're a little bit up against that, but here I was not going to pledge this turn, so I didn't worry. No, didn't care about playing the land. Are we a Johnnying or Peggy? We got a Peggy though, and then next turn we can Martyr, Pledge, land. Well, that's interesting. We got to figure out what order to do it all in. But pledging. Yeah, we still do it this way. You get what I'm saying? Like next turn, if we pledge before we play a land drop, we can double the pledge with this. That's trouble as well. Pledge land creature could be good here, though. Yeah, this is trouble, but we're about to get very big, so let's see how this goes. We gotta say no blocks, though, because we need all of our creatures. Obviously, this is a tough spot, and Oppo's done a very nice curve out. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we talked about the power of a curve out, and Oppo has showed it here. But we gotta go Pledge first, drop a Plains, double the effect of this Pledge, then have a Martyr that's a little bit small, but it's okay. It's going to chump and make everything big yet again. Oh, yeah, I can do that, right? So sorry. I forgot the in response. This is an instant. It's not a sorcery. Great call. So we got to go Martyr. And I'm going to go full control just in case. I'm not sure if we need to, but I'm going to make sure. Full control. With this on the stack, we instant speed. And now, just like that, a chance emerges.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Of course, that meme covered up the thing that took away our chance. So, I guess we just take this. Do we have... No, I think we say no chump because we can get big enough next turn to straight block. We go to 3, but maybe we just, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next turn on 4, 3 get through, and that's just going to be lethal. Yeah, it does have Death Touch, but I need to make it go away, though. Like, we just have to do it with the Sage. You understand we're at 8. If I take it, we go to 3 and we're dead to this crackback. I mean, I really wanted it around to proliferate more counters, but we don't have that luxury here. We can go Snare Spinner a Johnny, though, at least. Yeah, Chump with Martyr could have been a fair move, I suppose. But I mean, like, we needed to get a creature off the board, I think. That was my thinking. And actually, I should not be hasty here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, we can take the 2. Yeah, I'm going to go for counters. And with Vigilance, we can even get in a big smack. We can. Well, let's see. This gets +2, +0. But if they want to trade for the Peggy, that's okay to trade. And the links can't really be blocked. So we'll send those 2. And if we send here, that's okay as well. Yeah, I can send all that we can. I wonder if this is GG, whatever card they have in hand. Not exactly. Do we get this one too somehow? Some way? Somehow, some way? Wow. Eat, 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 eat. Yeah. What? I don't know what that was. More paid actors. It's the only way to succeed in the streaming game. You got to queue up a bunch of paid actors. Well, one of our bombs helped us with that one. The Johnny was real there, for sure. Ooh, I still have coffee! Oh my god!
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
All right, need some mana to go with this, but looks good otherwise. As low mana hands often do, because you see all your sweet spells. All right, land is exactly what we wanted to see. Send in the Enforcer, drop a Spinner, drop a Peggy. Find some more land, find some more stuff. Keep it going, keep it going. Any of y'all tracking this streamer who's doing a streamathon, who started an uncapped streamathon where every sub added 20 seconds to the stream length and is now like the most subbed streamer in the universe, and the clock kept growing. looks like his compromise is going to be to stream for a month, basically. Well, here's the deal. They get to sleep on... The stream doesn't end, but they get to sleep while, like... Let's just say that the streamer takes extended breaks. All right. I like... Send Peggy and Snare Spinner, save Battlefield promotion, and then untap Raptor, the promotion? Yeah, basically he's Truman showing it. But it's not just sleeping, like, then there's content happening. Like, basically he gets support from mods and others to have content while he's sleeping. Let me tell you, much like Twitter was quite reluctant to remove certain folks from their platform out of the popularity it was bringing to the platform, I doubt Twitch is going to do much to interfere with what's going on in that with that stream. Facing all the gods today. And all hail the Law Rune, right? My goodness, Law Rune Enforcer. Well, I should cancel that. See if they want to attack with something. And... yeah, I'm going to promote this Snare Spinner here. And then Raptor it. Not incredible use of our resources, but we're tight on mana again, up against a god, and this is Plan A, and Plan A is kind of all we have against Kefnet. We'll see if Enforcer keeps Kefnet in check for the rest of this game or not. But if they're color screwed or just don't add to the air, if they don't affect our stuff or add to the air, this could just get there in a couple of turns. I know this is a 17 lander too. I'm not even being hand smoother greedy in this one. Well, good news, bad news, right? Might be too late, but certainly is going to find them whatever they need. I say certainly. It certainly helps them find the tools they need to get out of this. The question is, do they have the time if they find the tools? One top, three bottom, so they like something there, but maybe the one top was just the color they're missing, like black, for example. And of course, we're going to let them attack with Kefnet or anything if they want. You want to bring Kefnet? Please. Please. Our oppos have been making weird choices today. Maybe they'll attack with Kefnet. No, okay, they're not in for that. Let's see. We don't really have any attacks but the five damage in the air with Spinner Peggy. We're going to do that. I suppose we could send the Raptors a free attack. Make sure, I mean, yeah, I guess we'll do that. I think they're smart enough to block, but, you know, it's really basically free. And here we are saying they wanted the swamp, and maybe they have something to take out the Law Rune Enforcer, but they need to take out the Law Rune Enforcer and put something else up in the air, or we kind of have this, and we have some extra go wide, so are we going to beat another god? We've beaten two. Like I'm assuming they have removal right now, but if they only have one, it's like, yeah, it's not quite enough, right? So right now, that's GG. unless they go, like they have to go for the Pegasus. But then we have tap, and we have enough, I think, to go wide from there. Oh, maybe we get them to 1. Let's see. Let's see what they go for. They have to go for Peggy or they're dead. If they go for Law Rune, we just win. Yeah. Nice. Battlefield promotion says that gives us the extra point. So now I think we win. But obviously, again, please attack anything you want. Attack with anything. No? All right.
Try not to think too hard.
Just hard enough, buddy. Just hard enough. So tapping down, say, the Visionary. Swinging away and then pumping one of the unblocked 2 power for the final point. Boom. Bombs, schmoms, just curve out. With a Law Rune Enforcer at your side, apparently. Law Rune Enforcer has been mission critical all day here. True enough. Oh yeah, was there a, what was it? There's a single blue mana bounce opponent's thing. Didn't feel like they had that, but I think I know what you're talking about. Or was that a different format? Maybe that's not even in this set. Can't remember. Hey look, it's Nissa. And another tricky one. Deck! Why can't you just give us Nissa with a good hand? All right, I'll keep, but I think this is our worst hand yet that we've ended up with. I like our mold of 5, the result, better than this, but I don't like mulliganing this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. A forest deck? You're gonna give me another land and it's a forest in my even split? Actually, it's a 9-7 split. Blah. All right, all right. Take your licks, Ryan. You're not even done with this one yet. You're going to draw plains or a green 3. There's a green 3, but that does not look... Oh, we got to try and throw that in front of Krenko. But they're going to kill this, and then we're going to lose and move on. I told you I should have mulliganed this. I got stubborn. That was a mulligan. That hand wasn't doing anything. And it did nothing. And we lost. So I think that was a greedy Nissa keep that we should have just... I mean, if that was a Ceratok, I'm not keeping it. I kept it because it was Nissa, but all it did is tempt me into my own doom. We had a green creature, though, Fenor. Oh, it would have been much more beatable, though, right, Ashley? Because, I mean, I guess it would have attacked as a 2-3, right? Is it Krenko starts a 1-2 or a 2-1? What's his starting size? Anyway, like, if we'd gone 2-drop, 3-drop, then we could have maybe been able to block through a Rouse. All right. Well, this is a monochromatic start, but it's a keep. We're on the play, and we got plays. Yeah, so even a 2-drop, 3-drop would not have been able to give us a trade on turn 4 there. Second time we've seen a Dreadhorde invasion. I'm gonna go Peggy. Battalion's tempting, but Peggy gets the links flying over straight away. And the next turn could be Martyr plus Battlefield. We'll see. You're forgiven, Siriana. These are special times as well, you know. A little harder to wait to draft with your friends right now. Although, getting closer to drafto. All right, now we are up against it. That was bad. This thing's going to get big, and we're going to lose to that unless we can do more Gideon tricks. No attacks. Might 2-for-1 myself here if they give us the chance, but they could Law Rune and then we don't even have blocks. But we can play another Battalion next turn and then we would have at least 5 for it, regardless of what they tapped the turn after. No attack with promotion. Maybe I should have. I just felt like I needed to get on board here. I guess I wasn't going to block. Was thinking we were not going to be able to block, but this does force them into Law Rune Enforcer, so they didn't attack there. All right, I think this is fine. Now we have Martyr hold up Battlefield. And next turn we even conceivably have send everything in with Battalion and Promotion. And I suppose if they're going to do it this way, like now they have a tap on one of these two, leaving us with only 3 points of first strike. So I'm just going to go ahead and send the links because it looks like they're going to threaten to tap attack anyway. And now at least we have like, if we find any land, we can choose between Troll or... we find a forest, we can Troll or Battalion Promote. In any land, we can do Battalion Promote. I like setting up for a possible block on the 6/6 army that's coming up. This is a hard card to make work in this format. I mean, you really got to get it on 2, and then you got to have other stuff to go along with it. We've had 2 oppos that have really kind of built around this to make it work. We got lucky in getting the first one. Yeah, so this is extra rough now. They get the lifelink early. Frustrating, because Invasion is so much easier to beat when it's on turn 7 or whatever. Turn 2 with backup is tough. This is not best of 3, Krauser, and I played Return to Nature main earlier last week, and it was pretty bad. It was like actively bad. I specifically avoided it today because it was so bad last time. Well, Gideon's whatever would be nice because they only seem to be attacking with the 1, so the Gideon's sacrifice thing isn't out. There's a land to at least give us this. They might tap down because technically we can trade. And if so, we kind of have to take one more, and I don't know, hope they don't find another creature and that we find another one. This is just dumb, though. Quick 2 losses after a 5-0 start. And still, what a comical run. Like, I get down on bended knee and propose to Nissa, pack 1, pick 1, and then she just is a total absentee wife here. I don't even want to draw her now. She's gonna be like, "Oh, you want me to? Okay, I'll show up." Now, like, guaranteed Nissa on top, right? I heard you were mad that you're not drawing Nissa this event. Really, we need the Gideon thing, or we're just super toast. That's all we got now. One time, dealer, give us an out. Peggy, not gonna do it. I guess we're in chump mode, and as long as we're still able to chump, I'll keep going. Because we may draw the Gideon's... I don't even know if it's called Gideon's Sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice attacker card with Gideon in the name, and as long as we have that potential to still get out with that, we'll keep looking. Keep looking for it. Be quite a comeback if we could win this one, though, let me tell you. They're even giving us the block. We just had a better combat trick, but +1's not going to do it, so we're going to chump with the links. Actually, let's see. Maybe we chump with the Martyr and promote the links. I don't think it matters all that much. Right, we're on Triumph or Dead. But at least we know our outs. We know what we're looking for. We have a plan. Still only mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Now they're not even attacking? All right, well, play this. I don't know why they're not attacking. I guess they just don't want to give up the army to some quadruple block, but a quadruple block would be GG for them, so I don't know why they're too worried. I'm going to keep staying back. They're certainly being super conservative, and it looks like they're just trying to win with the army attacking, so maybe we do get there if we can find that that triumph yet. Even this doesn't really matter. This is just, well, it matters if they start attacking with 2 is the problem. So now they're attacking 2, and this is where it starts to completely spiral out of our capacity to win. I'll take one more draw, though. Maybe they get lazy and just attack with the army next turn, and we draw the triumph. Well, darn it. See, I still feel like I can't quit, because right now they can knock down a Peggy, then they need to knock down another Peggy, or we do have a double block on the Griffin as we chump the army. This is not realistic, though. It's probably just scoopable. Yeah, but they've been weird about their attacks, so let's make sure they do it. Alright. Make them do it, that's fine. Alright, look, Magic Gods. This has been interesting. We went 5-0 on the back of none of our bombs. We've gone 0-2 on the back of none of our bombs. How about you help us get a couple more wins with our bombs? How about a reasonable hand with a mix of land and spells that plays Nissa on turn 5? One time? Funsies? No 2, but we can't throw this back. We're going to keep and hope we find extra critters to make this hand really sing. The dream would be a 2-drop creature, though. Literally anyone in the deck. Oppo on the mulligan. Let's see if we can get this. No luck on the 2-drop. Gonna have to leave it up to the higher curve. But not a bad 3-4-5 here if we get the land. La Rune, you are so late. But Peggy for now. Plains next turn, we could go La Rune Pledge. Let's see what Oppo does and what we draw. That's great for us in terms of unprotected Ajani. So that got worse, but let's go Lynx attack, I guess. Like, Oppo has given us all the time in the world. Unfortunately, now they untap with all the mana in the world and presumably a ton of options here. Guard Mage is great in that, or is interesting because we have this Pledge of Unity that we can use if they block. I'm going to go for that. Pledge of Unity makes both of these eat. So if they block, great. And if not, we can go for La Rune here, which is not very mana efficient, but I like it better than Pledge after combat or a Johnny with no protection. More all in from Oppo. God, I want to punish that. Such a 2-for-1 waiting to happen. I really don't like this card all that much because of that. But now we can just tap it down, I suppose, and still have our pledge. If we go Johnny... let's just send in Peggy and Lynx and tap down the guard mage, and it's all good. And then we can actually, let's go. We can even go ahead and pledge here. Just got to do it. Yeah, because this taps for generic. Doesn't need white. Not the strongest pledge we could imagine or anything, but the right thing to do here, I believe. Awakening, that's huge. And we can't tap it with our Law Rune. Doesn't trample, though. We can chump. We can deal it 4 damage. If we can come up with 5 here, we could even potentially get it that way. But we get a Johnny plus tapping. We'll do that here. The Vigilance, obviously nice. We can send all and still tap. And now they're the ones up against it. We can chump, and the Peggy represents lethal. So they need a flyer or removal in their top card of these 3. Or I think we've got this one. But they could have it. Let's see. Arlen is not enough. I think we got it, gang. Wow. Nice. No reach on those wolves, right?
In my heart. Let nature guide you.
Nissa, MVP again. Wait. I'm going to change the name of this deck to Runaway Bride. What a weird run. But, I mean, we're at 6 wins. Not complaining. Just funny. All right, again on the play without a 2, but another keep. Come on, deck. Another chance to deliver us a low drop. We are stacked with 2s. Oppo on the mole. Maybe we'll go a Johnny into Nissa here somehow. Yeah. Thanks for showing up again, Johnny. I got some things to get off my chest. No luck on the 2s. But we get a 3, we get a 4, a 4, probably a 4. Yeah, I'm going to offer the battalion. I doubt it they trade for it. If so, that's cool. We have a pledge, so I don't love the trade, but yeah. I'm glad they didn't, but I would have accepted it if they did. And then... yeah, battalion. I'm going to keep with the power. We might Ceratok into some tramplers, might pledge on defense, or pledge on offense, I mean. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a... I have a bunch of playlists, and one of the playlists is optimizing MTGArena, and that's where you're going to find some info on that front. Scary if Feather gets going, but there's not a ton of amazing stuff for it. Like, to make Feather work, you got to play some medium cards. Well, I want to get... a Johnny increases the potency of the creatures you have on board. A couple things happen if we play a Johnny there. They have one removal spell, they kill a Johnny. And that's the main thing. Whereas if we can get some creatures out first, they protect a Johnny when we do it. So I'm going to play the Peggy here, and I'm going to stay back. And we're going to hope that they... yeah, I know that it can plus, but we want it. But it's not. It still puts it to one creature, right? I mean, I mean, would you have played it? True? Are you running it out there? I mean, you're telling me what a Johnny is capable of, but you're not saying you would have played it. Would you have played it? That seems... wow, really? Huh. Interesting. I would think you'd want more protection. I like getting all this out, and then we can do some Johnny stuff. But then you got a Johnny on 3 on an empty board. That's a little weak. I don't know. Yeah, Defiant Strike, that's what I mean. Like, to make Feather work in this draft environment, you have to run some cards that are not that great without Feather. But, you know, synergy, there's a cost. And then sometimes you get one of the better possible cards you could conceivably have with it, and it ends our run. I mean, gang, this is not particularly beatable. But we can do this. Maybe we do this and yeah, I really kind of, this is one of the more frustrating 6-win outcomes I think I'm going to have had. To do 6 wins and never see our pack one pick one married to it. Ah! Yeah, they could even hit our Planeswalker if they want. Well, I think we go Law Rune Enforcer and then Pledge of Unity, but we're just so dead. Like, we can't beat this. We can't beat this, and it's really over. Like, well, what do we need? What do we have? I can't beat this right now. What do we have in our hand? Do we have anything in deck that can beat it? Gideon's Triumph if they attack with it. So we need Gideon's Triumph, and we need We need it soon, and we need them to attack. I mean, even Nissa doesn't do it, though. No, no Wanderer's Strike. Truly, the only reach out and get it type interaction we have for it is Gideon's Triumph. Well, we really need to block so that the Gideon's Triumph actually does what we're hoping. Although we could just tap down the Populace. Hey, this is going for a Populace here. I'm going to go ahead and make the trade so that if we do not draw the Triumph, we have basically a guaranteed only Feather is attacking situation. Oh man, I saw the right mana cost, but it was the wrong spell. Too bad. Well, what a weird event. We'll probably draw Nissa on the turn before we lose Unable to cast her. That's my guess. Trouble is now we'll find the Gideon's Triumph when our opponent will be attacking with two things. Yeah, let's get one of our 5-drops though for sure, right? One of our 5-drops is the correct draw here. Haha! Gotcha! What nonsense. Just a turn-by-turn abyss. God. Feather getting there against me does tilt me pretty hard. It's pretty freaking unreasonable with some cards. It's just so whatever. I mean, a 3-4, hard to cast 3-4 flyer is still okay. But then it does this and just, like, laughs at you. Alright. Well, I'm divorcing Nissa. Nissa, go to hell. F you, Shuffler. Seriously.
Light shall always conquer darkness.
Shh, what a... Sure it was. It's all a Shuffler issue, true? Oppo had to find that Feather and the devastating card to go with it. Right. Come on, True. Don't make me mute you. Come on. Shut up. I don't need that. I'm tilted. You're not helping. We got very unlucky to face a stickin' Feather with a goddamn fight card in a 3-color deck on turn 4, okay? Is that lucky? Is there any luck involved in 3 colors? 2 white, 1 red, 1 green on frickin' 4? I'm allowed to be a little tilted. Boo! But I'm also allowed to get over it. We had 6 wins, and we did it without our pack 1, pick 1 bomb. Not bad. Not bad. I'm already over it. See? A little bit of passion, but then get over it, right? Let's see. I've got so much going on in my world right now. I think I'm going to not do another draft, but I think I'm going to do, maybe I'll talk to the AMA that's been sitting here for a little bit. So let's start by saying goodbye to our YouTube friends. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Hope you enjoyed that. Kind of a weird one. But again, it what a snowball format, right? I mean, I got very tilted there, but what was I tilted about? A snowball. That we got the format hit us with yet another snowball. How did we win a lot of our games today? We snowballed. It's just snowball format. I don't know. It's like whatever. Again, I'm okay with war here and there, but it feels so inevitable, and it can feel great when you're on the winning side of the inevitability. But it's so depressing to be like, okay, it's turn 4, and there's how we're gonna die. Let's spend 6 turns getting there, right? But I don't mind a taste of it here and there. It's just not my favorite flavor for everyday drafting purposes. But we'll take the profitable outcome, the cool draft, and the weirdo games. That's a strange one. Bye, YouTube friends. We'll catch you next time.